Remember this? This is Tome of Intangible Treasures, a book that I talked about on my channel a while ago, and I baptized the treasure book that isn't a treasure book, due to the sole reason of me not knowing what intangible meant. After googling it, it makes a lot of sense because it's a book full of pacts, boons, blessings and banes for player characters from all kinds of different sources. And now, they're doing another one. Hi there fellow roleplayers and game masters, my name is Mr. Tarashkin, and today I want to do a quick video about Colossus Games, a company that has been sending me books and products for a while and that I'm actually a big fan of. They are the creators behind Wormlings, which is an RPG that I still want to talk about. It is this RPG where you play like a dragon wormling or something like that. They are the creators of Injuries and Vile Deeds, a book that that is really close to my heart because I've been using it a lot in my 5th edition games, and it just reminds me of that Book of Vile Darkness from 3rd or 3.5 edition from D&D. This is one of those books that's really wicked in some way. Sometimes you start reading it and you're like, wait, wow, somebody actually wrote this kind of stuff. But they're also the creators of another book that I actively used a lot in my games, and that is Tome of Intangible Treasures. I only have it in PDF, but I've been using it for preparation purposes for my games quite a lot. And now I'm ready, and I'm really excited about a second Tome of Intangible Treasures coming to BackerKit. Well, it's already on BackerKit. It's already like overfunded by a heck of a lot of money on like the first day. So what I want to do in this video is talk a little bit about the project they have live right now and why I'm actually excited for this second book, because it does something new that the first book didn't do, and I really love the idea about it. And then take a look at the preview PDF they have for free to download. Link is in the description below. You can check it out for yourself, read more about it, see if it's for you. But 293 backers have already decided that it is for them because they already raised over 25,000 US dollars out of the 10,000 US dollars goal, and they still have 29 days to go. So it's safe to say that it's coming. Tome of Intangible Treasures is coming. And why am I excited? Well, first of all, I'm excited because it's a product by Colossus Games. I have been a fan of Colossus Games for a while. I know I don't talk about them as much as I should talk about them, but they create some really high quality books, some really high quality products with amazing art, good writing, and really cool new kind of ideas. Now, where the first book is the Tome of Intangible Treasures, it has like boons, pacts, banes, that kind of stuff where your player can gain something that is in their favor or not in their favor, that kind of stuff. That's what the first book is all about. If you want a more of an idea of what it is about, I have a video on it. I will link it here somewhere. You can check that video out for yourself. But what are they doing here? Well, they're doing kind of the same thing, but also differently. So, hunt the monsters and steal their power. This is what I really, really like. Like, what better way to celebrate a victory against a dangerous creature than to take its power for yourself? Tome of Intangible Treasures 2 expands your options for 5th edition compatible story-based rewards with ritual and harvesting system that allows players to absorb the abilities of fallen enemies. I don't know why, but this is something that really, really, really speaks to me. And look at this artwork, crazy stuff. Yeah, there's so many possibilities that open up if somebody says it like that. And I know there's other third-party content for 5th edition that has classes kind of that steals some of the essence of powers, or subclasses that kind of like gain powers if they fight a flying enemy, then they gain a flying speed for like 3 days or something like that. But this is why I'm really excited about this. 100 fully fleshed out monsters, complete with stat block, art, lore, adventure hooks, and tactics. So not only do you get the harvesting system to gain abilities from fallen enemies, you also get those enemies that you gain set abilities from, because you can probably gain an ability from any enemy, like maybe use a Kobold Press or a Nord Games Bestiary or whatever other Bestiary, and you might the game master might have to like improvise a little bit on what ability you get or something like that. But with this, these monsters are probably, I think probably written for this exact same purpose, right? So 300 new boons and charms that can be bestowed using materials harvested from slain creatures. So this is all about slaying creatures and taking their powers, but also taking their materials and getting those new creatures to hunt a fey beast like the prismatic jewel bird and imprint its power onto yourself, gaining a magical boon that allows you to replicate its prismatic aura, or slay the implacable executioner devil and steal its deadly executioner's guts, rendering you capable of separating soul from flesh. Crazy stuff. This is what I there's a thing about from Bob Worldbuilder here. Yeah, when you're looking for new monsters, your players to find new adventure for them to go on, Tome of Intangible Treasures 2 is sure to have what you're looking for. So yeah, that is basically the campaign. Now, there's always much more, and there's a lot of stretch goals, and I can go super deep into them, but it's up to you to like kind of see. So they already unlocked 20k rituals for Tome of Intangible Treasure, and they're going to have expanded monster art when they reach 30k, that kind of stuff. But I think it's really well worth checking this this out. Let me see. Let me just take a look at the pricing. The pricing of this. Where's the pricing? So, for $25 you get the digital book. Then you get the digital bundle. What is the digital bundle? Digital book, digital bundle. That's the first book and the second book together, which is a pretty good deal for $45. Then and the hardcover sets you back $60, but you get the PDF, which in today's day and age isn't exactly what a lot of companies are doing anymore. They're often like charging extra for the PDF. Even if you pick up the physical, I always, as a consumer, really like when they put that kind of stuff together. Let's take a look at the preview content that you can download for yourself from this page. And here it is, a 27 pages thick free preview PDF that you can already start using to have fun in your games. It's Tome of Intangible Treasures 2, and it has everything written out kind of about how these rituals work. So all about what I've been talking about, like defeating enemies and then gaining some of their powers. And in order to gain powers from these enemies, whatever these enemies are, these could be enemies from any other monster book, but if you take one of the 300 monsters from this book, you'll probably have like boons and banes and pectina and that kind of stuff already set for you to take from that creature if you have slain that creature. Otherwise, it might take a little bit of improvisation by your game master. And they go all over the system. I will talk about this in a little bit. The system on how to do it, how to extract these powers or conduct these rituals. And there's this entire system behind it. Now, this is not just like casting a ritual, like casting a spell ritual or anything like that. This is a completely separate system, and some of these things that you want to get take you days, if not weeks, in order to complete if you're lucky or unlucky or whatever, right? So I just want to skip to the hunts and rewards section really quickly. There, for example, there's a creature in here, False Knight, right? False Knight has if you defeat the False Knight, you can find a False Knight plate, so a aberration plate, which is a plate that you might need for crafting or conducting a ritual, some rituals for some certain types of boons, right? You need an aberration plate. That's what you need. So you can get that from defeating a False Knight. But also when you scroll, look at this weird little art piece. It's a challenge rated. Let me see. What challenge rated is it? Where's the challenge rating? Oh, challenge rated 6 creature. Looks a lot more dangerous, but challenge rated 6. And when you scroll down, you have 3 boons, or 2 boons and a charm that you can get from this creature. So you have armor, you have armored mimicry, you have False Knight's defense, which is a rare boon, and To do this, you need an aberrant plate, which is the plate you get from defeating the false knight. You need 750 gold pieces. You need 4 progress, which is the system that I will talk about now. And the ritual type is aberrant arcana, right? So let's say we want to have this false knight. We defeat the false knight and we find that plate and we have our 750 gold pieces, right? It is a rare boon. So what we do is we go to the system here and we basically the pages don't load. That's what happens first always. So what we're doing is we're doing a boon from an aberrant creature, which is the skill Arcana. So we need our Arcana skill, and this is really cool because this doesn't just use your spell save DC or anything like that. This is skill based. So somebody with strong nature skill will be better at taking powers from creatures from the primal family, if that makes any sense. Somebody with a highest religion, like a priest or whatever, will be better at the celestial creatures, taking powers from them. But this is an aberrant creature, so it's the Arcana skill. So what we're doing is it is a rare creature, which means in order to get a boon from a rare creature, it also says in the boon itself, you need 4 progress. And all you do is basically, let me see. So you need 4 progress and you need to make progress checks. Typically in any adventuring day, you can only make 1 progress check per day. So typically when you're out adventuring, in order, if you're lucky and you're always rolling good, it will take you 4 days in order to get this rare boon, right? Well, prepare this rare boon. You still need to succeed on actually casting it onto yourself. So you have this rare boon for progress checks. So you need to make a progress check. So each day you make an Arcana check. So you have 0 progress, which means that you the DC of your first check is 10. Let's say you make that, then the DC of your next check, you already have a success. You have, because you have 1 progress, the check becomes 15, and it becomes harder and harder and harder. And at a certain point, when you're at 2 and 3, you have to make a DC 20. You have to make 2 DC 20 progress checks in order to succeed. Now, if you succeed, you move up 1 progress. If you succeed with 5 or higher, you make a breakthrough, gain 2 progress. You DC or higher, your preparation continue up space, gain 1 progress. If you just plain fail, I think you just don't gain any progress. You don't lose progress, I think. If you, right here, DC -1 or higher, you just make no progress. But if you DC -10 or lower, or a natural 1, you discover a mistake in your plans, realize you were sold bad ingredients, or suffer some other setback, you lose 1 progress. So that is the system in a nutshell. Now there's much more to it. There's another page that describes also how to actually conduct a ritual whenever you have enough progress mates. There's much more nuance to the system, and there's I just don't want to go super deep into the system, just give you an idea of what this system is. Now sometimes quirks can also happen. So for example, with an aberrant creature, you could have the quirk Alien Knowledge, +1 on ability checks made to recognize or recall information about aberrations. Bam! You have a quirk. Occasionally, a ritual goes a bit wrong or very right, and imparts an additional effect in the form of a quirk. The tables below represent a few thematic options to get you started. But the exact quirks you end up with could be anything related to the ritual's components. So the GM, at the GM's discretion, basically. And then there's more information about the rituals themselves, the boons, whatever you can get from creatures like the False Knight. You can get False Knight armor, which gives you, which is a boon, basically. There's other creatures in here, if I'm not mistaken. There is this creature, Glorious Pride King, which has 3 components you might be able to find or retrieve from this thing, and it has a DC in order to harvest said component. So that's the thing. You need to harvest the components. You need to have enough cash in order to buy like all of the other ingredients, that kind of stuff. You need to make a shit ton of progress checks depending on the rarity or the difficulty of said boon or whatever. And then you need to conduct the ritual itself. And then, and only then, do you have said boon. Yeah. Pride King's brilliance, Pride King's strength, that kind of stuff. So there's also a fake creature in here, but I am going to let you discover all of that stuff for yourself. Because yeah, I'm pretty damn excited about this book because it is the follow-up to a book that I've already been using in my games for preparation for my games and by giving people certain types of things and boons. Most of the time it's boons. It's almost never banes because I'm just the kind of person that likes to give people boons. Yeah, if this is for you, make sure to click the link in the description below. If it's not for you, skip it. And until next video, bye-bye.